Golden rule, let's keep an eye out for this. Staying out wide, cutting in at the apex, letting it drift out wide. 3 parts. Here we go. Staying out wide, cutting in at the apex, bang, letting it drift out to the left.
Peter.
Well, hey everybody, today's going to be a fun podcast. Today I'm going to go and show you some tips if you ever go karting with your friends, how to do it the faster way than you'd normally think. Tips on how to beat your buddies, okay? Now, I've been racing karts since I was 10 years of age, guys. I must have clocked up 1 million laps. Multiple Irish championships, Irish Open championships. I know the karting line, I know the technique, and trust me when I say this will work. Okay? This will work. Now, one thing I will say, we don't call them go-karts, okay? A lot of people do say, oh, we're going to go go-karting, or it's go-karts. Now look, you might think I'm sounding like an asshole here, but yeah, I don't know what it is. I don't know where they actually got the name from. Go-karts. It's not go-karting. By the way, if you ever hear a professional or ex-professional say go-karts, I don't know where the fuck they got it, because that is nuts. It's karting, lads. Alright? I'm being very maybe snobby or picky here on that one, but it's the truth. So today what I'm going to do, we're going to go through the racing line and we're going to go to my father's company, Kart World, or aka Adventure Park at Kart World in Watergrass Hill in Cork. Okay? So we've got the leisure karts there. Now, of course, if you're not from Cork, well, wherever you're going karting, this technique is still going to apply to you. It's still going to help. Alright, because it's always the same. You brake in a straight line, slow it down before the apex. Once you get to the apex, you get the throttle on and power out of the corner as fast as you can. Now, that's 99% of the time. So some corners can be a little different, but look, this is just the basics, right? I mean, sheer foundation basics of knowing how to take a corner. So we're going to go, if you're listening on Spotify or Apple, I'm going to do my best, so you'll have to excuse me, guys. I'm going to do my very best to try and explain it to you. If you're watching on YouTube, or if you want to head to YouTube and watch this video, well, you're going to see me with a split screen, and I'm going to show you with a video when I've been driving a kart a couple of years ago, and we've got some onboard footage, so at least you'll see the line. It will definitely help, okay, if you do go to YouTube. But look, I'll do my best, my very best, to explain it for the audio files for Spotify and Apple, etc. Alright, so let's get cracking, shall we? So let me just split the screen here now, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, so this is Kart World in Watergrass Hill. Now, the best way, no track map, maybe it's probably we'll just go straight on board and we'll show you the footage. So, first corner here, guys, is a right-hander. Now, the first corner here is actually full speed, but again, it still applies the same technique. Brake in a straight line, but you're not braking for this one, but again, it's brake in a straight line, get the power on at the apex, power on out. The other part of it is, you go in wide, cut in tight at the apex, and let the kart drift out all the way to the outside of the corner. So we're going to focus on that now because this is a full speed corner. So as you can see here, guys, this is me in the kart here. Now I'm approaching this right-hander. Now I'm gearing up and preparing the kart on the left-hand side of the track, as you can see here, right? So this is the start of the racing line. I'm preparing before I even get to the corner. So you keep over on the left-hand side. What I'm going to do now is, once you follow, I'm going to go up to the keep on the left. In other words, I'm staying wide. And I'm going to cut right into the apex, which is the middle of the bend. Now I'll show you that and I'll explain why we do that afterwards. So let's just have a look. So staying left, cutting in. You can see now I'm on, you can see now guys, see the way I'm in the middle of the corner here, and I'm going to keep going into the right hand side here. I'm going to keep bringing the kart in to get to the apex, which is the middle of the bend. You watch now. And there we are. Now I just pause it, just ever so slightly delay, but you can see, look, the kart is right in the inside of the corner here. Okay? Now once I come out of the bend, before I click unpause, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to make my way all the way over to the left-hand side again. I'm drifting the kart, I'm letting the kart drift all the way to the outside of the bend. All right, now we'll explain why as well after this in a second, okay? So watch now. I'm going to press play, and you'll see me now. I'm in the inside of the bend. Now I'll be on the left-hand side coming out. Watch now. Inside, all the way over to the left. Boom. So let's go back and let's watch that again, okay? So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to call it out when I'm staying wide, cutting in tight, drifting out wide, okay? So here we go. Staying out wide, cutting in tight, letting it drift over to the left. All right, let's go again. Again, I just really want to make sure, guys, I'm doing a good job of explaining this, and I hope I am. So let's do that again. So here we go. So again, golden rule, let's keep an eye out for this. Staying out wide, cutting in at the apex, letting it drift out wide. 3 parts. Here we go. Staying out wide, cutting in at the apex, bang, letting it drift out to the left. Right? So what we're going to do is we're going to make this just a little more complicated for you. As in, we're going to show you turn 2 and 3. Now, turn 2 and 3, let me just, I'm going to share this, split the screen here. You'll have to forgive me. Okay, so I think we're ready to go here. We are. All right, so we're coming out of turn 1 here. We're on the way down to turn 2. Now, the thing is with the racing line, imagine a running track. And we've all seen it in the Olympics or whichever, you know, the Usain Bolts of the world. You've got one guy starting in lane 1, and then there's another guy way up the field in lane 8. Now, he's way up there. Now, why is he? Because the guy in lane 1 has the shortest route around the corner. That's why he has technically an advantage, but they take that advantage away because he's starting way back then. Right? So you'll always imagine the guy at the starting point, the gun goes off, the guy in lane 1 is way behind the guy in lane 8, but all of a sudden they go around the first bend and they're all bunched up together because the guy's got the shortest way around the bend. But you've got to have a mix in karting. You have to have a mix of using lane 8 with lane 1 combined. So here we go with turn 2. Now, the thing with turn 2 is this is the classic example of you must slow the kart down. And your main objective here in karting is to have the fastest lap time. Not to be around one corner the fastest. Now, let me try and say that again. I hope I'm speaking English here. It's not about going through every single bend flat out full speed. It's about being the fastest lap. So it's about all the corners combined into one as a whole. Because the point is this. When I used to work with my father at the karting track, we have leisure karts up there, and day in, day out, you'd see people come up, and to be fair to the people, right, you know, they're not karters, they're not race drivers, they've never done it before, they're just doing it to just have a mess around, right? It'd be like me trying to do something else, right? I wouldn't have a fucking clue what I'm doing, you know? And why would I? Because I'm not taking it seriously. I haven't studied it. So a lot of people, they don't study karting, they don't study the racing line, and fair enough. You know, why not? So what? So people make the mistake, the golden mistake, is they try and take the corners flat out full speed. Okay? Now, turn 2 is a classic example. You must slow the kart down. You have to. But people jump into that corner, try and take it full speed, thinking they're doing the best thing they can, and it's the slowest and it's the worst thing you can do. So let me show you guys, okay? So this is a right-hander coming up now. We're on the left-hand side, like the last bend. We're going into a right-hander. We're starting over on the left. Now you're going to hear me brake now. Listen. Now before we go into the bend, you heard me slow down there? That's me actually slowing the kart down for the corner. Alright? So it's not about taking it at full fucking speed all the time. Not at all. There has to be control when you're karting. So you can see now, right? I'm slowing down, braking in a straight line, starting on the left, and we're going to now, you're going to see me, when I unpause here, you're going to see me come from the left and work in to the apex, which is the shortest way around the corner. Let's have a look. Now you see this? I'm nearly at the apex already. Bang, I'm at the apex. So if you just imagine, I started over on the left, now I'm in on the right hand side, the apex. And you're going to see me now, when I unpause, you're going to see me drift the kart all the way to the outside, keeping the momentum up, keeping the speed up, which therefore gives you a better lap. Once I get to the apex, power on through, full speed coming out of the bend. Full speed, kart all the way to the left. Perfect. That's it. So let's do that one more time, and then we're going to move on to a left-hander. Okay, so again, into a right-hander, starting on the left, staying out wide, and I'm going to cut into the apex, which is the shortest way around the corner, and I'm going to let the kart drift out all the way to the outside. Slowing down, apex. Kart drifting all the way to the outside. And that's it. Slow in, fast out. Okay, let's move on to a left-hander to finish the episode off here. So now, it's the opposite line for left-handers. So if I'm going into a right-hander, like we've just seen here, I start over on the left-hand side. Now if I'm going into a left-hander, I'm starting on the right-hand side. And it's the same rule apply though. I stay out wide, I cut into the apex, which is the shortest way around the corner, and then I let the kart drift out all the way to the outsides. So the golden rule here, guys, is it doesn't matter whether you're going into a left-hander or you're going into a right-hander, it's the same technique applies for all bends. Let's have a look. Now, you can see the kart, I'm over on the right-hand side, preparing to get into the left-hander. So you can see the kart's way over to the right. Now I'm braking. Now you'll see now when I unpause, I'll get to the apex. So I'm over on the left. I'm going to come in into the tight end of part of the corner. And apex. Bang. There I am. From here, throttle to the floor, full speed coming out of the bend and letting it drift out all the way to the outside. And boom. There we go. Slow in, fast out, guys. Okay, so I think we're done. I don't want to go through actually too much because, and it's going to be a short podcast, because, you know, like I understand, I used to coach people in karting and cars, and the thing is, you know, if I don't want to be melting your brain either, because it's like anything, you know, if you throw something way too much at people, I've been in that too, your head is just melted, you don't know what's going on. I would suggest, you know, keep watching this over, and in fact, do you know what we'll do? We'll do one full lap of the track without me saying one word. I'll show you the whole thing. You're probably annoyed at hearing me anyway. But I'll go all the way back now to the start, and we'll do one full lap of the track, and you'll see now the racing line in action. So if you do want to watch this back, at least you'll be able to just come back to this video at any time and just keep an eye on it, okay? Alright, I'll just set this up for you here. Are we ready to go? We are. Okay, here we go. And there we go, ladies and gentlemen. There we go. So guys, I hope that does help. If you're gonna go karting, definitely keep an eye on that video. It's definitely helped a lot of people that I've coached over the years. In fact, I used to coach guys who were going actually kart racing in the Irish Championships. So like video footage always can be a huge help. I mean, it's a cheat sheet, you know, it really is. But I think the most important thing to do is, you see, the thing is, if you understand why people start over on the out wide, if you understand why you start turning in and get to the apex, if you start to understand why you let the kart drift out, if you do and understand that, you'll actually be able to go to different karting tracks no matter where you are in the world, and you'll be able to actually fucking dominate, you know? So hope it helps, guys. Thanks for listening, and best of luck karting.
Peter Walsh.